So, growing up, I just loved music. I just loved listening to different kind of genres because at some point, I knew I will become a musician.
Seventh heaven. When I see those happy faces smiling back at me, seventh heaven. I know there's no greater feeling than the love of a family. Where can you go when the world don't treat you right? Their answer is home. That's the one place that you'll find. Seventh heaven. When I see those happy faces smiling back at me, seventh heaven. I know there's no greater feeling than the love of a family. Where can you go when the world don't treat you right? Their answer is home. That's the one place that you'll find. Seventh heaven. Seventh heaven. Seventh heaven. Seventh heaven.
Oh yeah.
Seventh heaven.
That's the only place that you want to find yourself.
I'm telling you,
Home is where
you
belong.
always
Belong.
belong. So when the whole world is against you,
Yes.
home is the place that you go to.
And know that that's where you are loved.
That's where you're loved unconditionally.
Conditional.
Unconditionally.
Yeah.
So thank you guys again. Thank you for tuning in to Family
Dynamics.
which is brought to you by TKB, which stands for,
The
Kadala
Kadala
Brothers.
and we are all about
family.
Love.
life.
And music.
Thank you so much for tuning in. It's your show. It's our show. It's all of our show.
Correct.
So today we're going to delve Kizungu mzito.
Kizungu mzito. Kisungu kubwa.
Kizungu kubwa. Kubwa. Kama bangama.
Wameru wanaita ngeko boy.
So we're going to delve into music.
Yeah.
How it all started and
Yeah.
how it has brought us together. We're going to tell you of our experiences on how we've gotten to where we are, and why music is the unifying factor for us. And it's beautiful, man. Music is beautiful.
Very
Yeah?
beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Very interesting.
You know,
Bob
that's
Marley
the only-
says Bob Marley says that music is the only thing that when it hits you, you never feel pain. You feel no pain.
And music is universal.
It's a universal
You
language.
can listen to any type of music and you love it. Yeah.
Music is a powerful tool
Yes.
to convey whatever kind of message.
Yes.
When people are happy, people sing.
Yes.
When people are sad,
Yes, people sing.
Sure.
So music is a very powerful tool,
Yes.
just like Manu has said.
And it's also a therapy.
Therapy.
So Manu, you'll talk about the therapy at some point. You'll tell us how all that comes into
Yes.
into function and how music is able to heal.
Yes.
But I think I'm going to start with Alan. You know, we like following protocol sometimes.
Yeah.
Our dad was a military guy. We can call it a military guy.
Yes.
What's the best term to call
As a
it?
soldier.
Disciplined forces.
disciplined
Disciplined
forces.
forces.
Yeah.
Where protocol is observed. So we're going to start with Lanu. He's going to tell us a bit on how what music is to him and how he's interacted with it and what he's doing with it right now. Currently, has it changed your life? What is it? How are you handling music and what has music
especially the music that you grew around listening to.
Okay.
And you see that Seventh Heaven,
Yeah.
that's a song from one of the shows that we really loved as kids.
Yeah.
Seventh Heaven. If you grew up in Nairobi or in any place around that time that you had access
had a
to
TV.
KTN,
Yeah.
you had a TV,
Black and white.
or even your neighbors had a
Yes.
TV.
The
Yeah.
Great Wall.
The Great Wall, the one you had to search, yeah, and sometimes someone will have to hold the aerial up there.
Yes.
Most
Tune
of the time,
it,
we used to
fine-tune
send
it.
this
Engineer.
all the time, all the aerial for us
yeah.
as we watch, and then we're going to tell him a story of how everything went.
Yes.
So Alano,
Yeah.
it's your stage.
Thank you, man. Hi guys. So for me, no one introduced me to music. I always say that I just found myself loving music just on my own. I just found, because
Of the exposure.
the exposure, let's just say the exposure is what made me love music, because I remember 2002, 2001 there, when my siblings left home. They all left, my brothers here, then my sisters, they left, and then they accompanied my dad to go to record an album.
It was called Andrew Crawford Studios.
Studio, yeah, the first
Back in the
yes.
Arboretum. Andrew Crawford.
Yeah. So that is when they went to record the video, the album, those cassette days. So I think I was 5 years, so I was young, so I could not accompany them, and we could train together, and that's the interesting part of it. Whenever they went to training and all that, I could accompany them. So that is when music started getting to my blood. Music started accumulating to my blood, until it got to a time whereby I knew who I am. And then that is when I just started. Okay, my dad was a very, very passionate live music fan. He was a very he was enthusiastic about live music. So all through, we've been growing up listening to Franco, listening to Madilu System, the likes of those, just to mention but the few. Yeah, so that is when I got a description of what music is, and I got to love music through Congolese music. So the good thing, I'm also privileged to be a journalist, and I am an entertainment journalist. And so I'll say that my background in music, having grown in a music family, has helped me a lot in knowing the content that I deliver to my fans, the content that I deliver to my audience. Over there. Just recently, we left. We lost a hero from Orchestre Manglepa called Kalenga VV. And so one of my editors that evening just called me and told me, "Man, you've seen Kalenga has left us, and I think you can deliver a very, very interesting story basing on these why Congolese musicians really loved Kenya, and most of them landed in Kenya. If you see someone like Orchestre Manglepa there, someone like this guy sing Marina, what's the name?
The likes of Akina.
Vunja mifupa kama by the way.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Samba
Mapangala, exactly. They found their way in Kenya. They are Congolese who migrated to Kenya just because they had a very big fan base here in Kenya. So they
and
did.
he was buried in Langata.
In Langata,
yeah.
all of them, they
This
are
is
just
home to
Yes.
Even that is what they do. Even
Super Mazembe, all of them, they are buried in Langata.
Okay. Yeah, this is it was like their new home.
Yes.
So my editor just approached me and he told me that, "Man, I know you'll deliver this. Just write a story about this guy, and I know I'll not give you references. I'll not give you people to interview about him or something, because personally I know you.
I read that story actually.
You read it?
It was very interesting.
Yeah.
Man.
So that is when I did the story, because initially I used to do when Franco in 2019 when Franco was doing the anniversary. We were doing the anniversary of the death of Franco after 30 years. Yeah, because he died in 1989.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was I was doing his 30th. It was like a 30th commemoration. So I did the story so well, and it was so deep, and the editor was like, man, I believe in you.
You gotta do this.
You gotta do this. So it is due. Kisungu kubwa. So that is I'll thank my background, my dad and my family and all that for the background that they laid in me in music and all that. It has really helped me in my career as an entertainment journalist. So I'll not say that I don't listen to. I am a Gen Z, so I can't say that I don't listen to this other music that we do these days. It is just that my dad led us to those live music. That is what I always prioritize. Because live music is life.
We actually listen to a lot of music, a lot of genres of music. We listen to reggae because we were brought up in a very cosmopolitan environment, and we listened to even the traditional Kikuyu songs. We can actually even do Somali songs. And do the accents. Exactly. One day we'll give you a Somali song. You know, and this guy is so good in that.
Multi-talented. Because I've interacted with them a lot. I've done music with them. So it's so interesting. By the way, Somali music is good. We don't bagua. We do all kind, provided you can flow. It's something that makes sense. It's something educative. Because, you know, for me,
Rhumba just laid a background for us. It's not like we are typically Rhumba.
Yes. And as you can see, we are lovers of good music. For us, especially,
we celebrate good music.
We celebrate good music, and especially me and Hillary, you know, we grew up during those days when record players were there, and then later on cassettes came. And so our dad used to listen to those Franco records through record players. And so it's something that we grew up listening to, and up to date, those songs are still fresh. You know, good music never gets old.
Never.
And that's why nowadays I see even on TikTok, people recording videos using those old songs.
It brings back the nostalgia.
And you know, it feels so nice when it takes you back
to that
and then
very moment in time.
Yes, in time. And even when you're doing long drives and you're traveling, what comes into your mind when
that therapy, man. That therapy.
And then fresh air, you know, when you get to somewhere like Kericho, the green vegetation, everything.
And
so,
I think it has.
And you even realize that journey that was supposed to take longer.
It becomes
you
short.
enjoy every minute of it.
Yes,
I think,
and you enjoy. It becomes very short because of the music.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
for me, it has got to a point where I cannot just travel without music.
Exactly.
Playing on. Maybe my earphones.
Or when you're driving, you just have to play some music. And if you ever realize that Hillary, Manu, and all of us here, we have a good sound system in our cars, and so it's something that it has been passed from one generation to the other, and something that I'd like also my sons to maybe tap from us, because you know, good music brings good morals to kids.
Exactly.
So Uncle Manu, now you know you're the expert here.
Uncle Baba.
I'm sure we are going to get some big words, some good musical terminology.
The professor of this thing, man.
Yes.
Oh man,
so
you
it's
guys,
your turn, man.
You guys, you're exaggerating, man.
You gotta tell us what you know, man.
You gotta tell us.
I gotta tell you guys. By the way, for me, music is life. Music is therapy to me. I think for me, music is everything.
It's your livelihood.
Music is the air that I breathe. Music is the water that I drink. Music is the food that I eat.
Yeah.
Music is the house that I live in.
But you still need a wife.
Yeah, he still needs a
After
wife.
all that,
Very vacant.
Akosoko. Yeah, go on, man. That was on a lighter note.
Yeah. So, growing up, I think there's a lot of stuff that I learned while growing up, because growing up, I used to see dad. How dad will at some point, maybe when he's from work, he will come home and he will sit down and he will start playing the guitar. He will listen to some songs on the radio and he will begin to flow with the songs.
Yeah.
So, for me, generally, there is a lot that I depicted from that time. And I remember you guys, there's something that you people used to tell me. Anytime a song will be playing, you guys will see me nodding my head like this. Yes, so it's something that
very young.
yes,
You are a toddler back then.
yes, and then you see the moment after nodding my head to the beat, I just
falls asleep.
yes, I will just fall asleep.
After eating Cerelac.
Cerelac baby.
Baby.
Yeah, so for me, generally, growing up, I used to see how dad will come with the guitar and he will always play the instrument like no one else's business. So growing up, I even remember I started humming. I would, and mostly I would hum the bass guitar. So like I
Sounding
would,
like?
yes.
That was Manu for us.
You guys are
Music
crazy.
was in the blood.
Was in the blood.
Guitar.
Yes. And by then it was only 5 years.
Yeah.
Very young.
Yeah, very young.
And he had a big voice.
He had bass.
Loud boy.
Loud.
Yeah, so it all started back then. So growing up, I just loved music. I just loved listening to different kind of genres, because at some point I knew I will become a musician. By then I'm a musician. So at some point I knew that I'm going to become a musician. So the kind of songs that I listened to, and mostly it was Rhumba music. So this is the music that shaped and molded me to become the man that I am today. So I remember there are those days when I was like, I'm really, really interested in learning this thing. And I remember asking my dad, hey dad, I've been seeing you playing very, very fine tunes here, because our dad is a very, very refined guitar player. Yeah, he's very, very refined in his playing. So I remember asking him, Dad, how do I play this thing? Because it seems like I really, really love this thing. I would really love to know how to play this thing. So I remember these are things, the things that I'm going to talk about, they're very, very important. When you want to learn an instrument, the first thing that really, really drives you fast is passion. Passion is everything. Passion is the thing that will drive you. It is passion that drives you into knowing how to play that thing. It is like, I don't know how I'm going to put it. It's like a direction, like a Google map. Yes, passion is like a Google map. Let's say you want to go to maybe to town and you don't know town. So you just set a Google map. Maybe you want to arrive at Afro Center. So you start following that navigation and it will take you there. So that is now passion. Once you have passion, it drives you into knowing more. It drives you into getting deeper into that instrument. So I think that is one of the things, and also the desire, the passion and the desire. Those two things, they really, really, really help me a lot, especially when it comes to learning this guitar. So I remember my dad just taught me like very few things. My dad just taught me like I think
keys?
only 3 keys: C, F, and G. Only those ones.
Yeah.
And then from there, I decided now to progress. And then later on, after I finished high school, there's this guy I met. This guy has really, really shaped my life, especially when it comes to music in ministry.
Yes.
This guy really, really shaped my life, and I just mentioned him. His name is Naboth. He's a pastor. He's pastoring a big church somewhere in
Great
Kabete.
man.
Yeah, so this guy, when he came into my life, this guy told me, you know what? You know, you can play guitar and you can get paid. I was like, how? How? You play guitar and then you get paid? You teach? So I was like, this is really, really interesting. I think this is something going forward I would really love to engage into. So this is the guy who engaged me into this thing. So the moment I met this man, he gave me some books, and he told me, hey man, you're very, very passionate about this thing. I think I need to give you some books, and these books will really, really guide you into playing this thing and getting deeper into it. So through those books and being able to meet with the different bands, meeting different people from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Yes, meeting people who have played in international stages. These people, they came with many, many experiences in my life, and I was like, wow, music is so wide.
Yeah.
That if you try, like, you want to explore it, believe me, you cannot exhaust it. You cannot
So
exhaust.
what are the? I know you're very good on the guitar.
Yeah.
What are other instruments
Yeah.
that you also teach?
Wow, that's a good question. Other than guitar, I also teach piano. I also teach violin. I also teach the recorder.
So
And
the recorder is what we used to call the flute.
yes, the flute. Yeah, the
I
flute.
know that was really confused me.
Yes.
A few months ago, when my son came home, and we were arguing.
Yes.
When we were doing a music homework, and then I was telling him, "This is a flute." And he's like, "No, Dad, this is not a flute. This is a recorder." So it means that now with this CBC,
Yes.
we have to go back
Yes.
and
Yeah.
learn this thing.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's very, very important. So,
So you said you do the guitar,
Yeah, I do
the
the- yes.
violin, you do the recorder,
the recorder
and the piano.
and the piano.
You
and
teach.
Yeah, I teach.
Yes.
And also, before you continue, anyone that wants to learn the saxophone, do they also need to